Hello mga boss, this is Boss Rod, and for today's video, pag-uusapan natin ano bang pagkakaiba ng serverless at ng dedicated server. Okay? So, the reason why I want you to understand this is because gusto kong malaman nyo yung risk ng both side, no? Because they have their own pros and cons, no? So ngayon, unahin muna natin serverless. So, paano ba si serverless, Boss Rod? Si serverless, basically, it's pay per request, no? And mas less yung setup niya and can scale automatically, no? So meaning lahat ng mga setup na need natin gawin for this application to scale is ginawa na yun ng serverless, no? So parang yun na yung in-offer nila sa atin na kailangan na lang natin is magbabayad na lang tayo if mas marami tayong request or yung application natin mas maraming request na natatanggap, okay? So, meaning dito, mas mapapabilis yung development at pag-up ng application nyo, and then it can scale automatically without worrying, no? Paano siya sa setup. Okay. So, doon naman tayo sa dedicated server. Sa dedicated server, it's different, no? Sa dedicated server naman, ang payment niya usually is per month, no? Meron siyang $6 or depending kung ano yung size ng server na i-rent nyo sa cloud, no? At anong hosting yung gagamitin nyo. And then, number 2 is manual setup siya. And then, number 3, syempre, wala yung scalability. Okay? So, kailangan yung i-setup yung scalability on your own. Okay, so ngayon, Boss Rod, ano ba yung pinaka-point? Bakit mo ito dinidiscuss? Ang pinaka-point na ito, mga boss, is meron siyang pros and cons, no? Okay? Kasi, ito na yung next nyo nga anin yan eh. Boss Rod, kailan ko gagamitin si serverless? Kailan ko gagamitin naman si dedicated server o si BPS? Siguro for me, in my opinion, no? If you have an application na you think, no, na hindi naman siya ganun ka sobrang laking application and then gusto nyo lang ma-up agad siya or ma-try or something, serverless is the key, no? Parang mas mabilis, magagawa nyo na agad yung kailangan nyo magawa and then ma-up nyo na yung application nyo. And then, yung pinaka-selling point nila is you don't need to handle yung scalability, no? Hindi mo kailangan maging familiar about Kubernetes or to set up yung Docker or so on and so on. Kasi everything is already set up. No? Wala na kayong paproblemahin pa. But always remember is the higher the request, the higher the cost, no? So magiging expensive to in the long run. That's the problem of serverless, okay? So let's go to the dedicated server. Sa dedicated server, you have the control kung kailan ka mag-upgrade ng server mo. Okay? So, but the cons here, I think it's not a cons, no? But the requirement is you need to be knowledgeable about DevOps thing. Kasi ikaw yung mag-handle ng lahat ng yon, like network, proxy, Nginx, Cadify, and domain, and so on. So, lahat yon isa-set up mo. Okay? So, mahirap ba siya, Boss Rod? Mahirap siya sa una, yes, kasi wala namang madali sa una. Pero once you already understand how these two works, mas malaki yung mas wider yung range ng choices mo kung kailan mo gagamitin sa serverless and kung kailan mo gagamitin si dedicated server. Especially if you start working with a company, no, na let's say from scratch, no, you need to understand both, especially kung gusto mo maging solution architect or DevOps or full stack, no, kasi kailangan mo itong i-explain dun sa company, no. Ano ba yung pinaka-goal ng company? Ano ba yung pinaka-budget natin? So kailangan ba natin is dedicated server tayo? Lahat to isa-set up natin kasi once na ma-meet natin yung capacity ng server natin, tutukod yung application natin. Or even what we can do is we can vertically scale yung server natin and then do Kubernetes inside of it para nag-i-scale pa rin siya sa loob. Or what we can do on the other side is we don't need to worry about those things. But dito tayo sa serverless. Pero ang cons nito, it can scale infinitely but your cost can scale infinitely as well. So but on the dedicated server, you have more control to it. Okay? So, yun lang. Sana may natutunan ka dito sa video na to. Bye!